Hello everyone, welcome back to our farm here on the Frankenmuth Farming Map, and we're playing Farming Simulator 25. So let's see, a couple of things have been happening. We're still in June, so I sold a bit of our products. We sold our wood beams, and we sold a little bit more of long planks, of planks long. Next month we want to sell our planks, so hopefully we get a good price on it. It's still supposed to go a bit up because the maximum month is normally July, so yeah, hopefully that's a good income for us. And then I did some contracts. We didn't really have a lot of contracts, interestingly enough. I did one harvesting one of spinach. So we got some yield, bonus yield of it, and I dropped it in here. Spinach, we got about 24,000 liters that I dropped in here in any way. And we're making spinach bags from that. So if we hop in here, we just have a quick look. Preserved foods, spinach bags. So we're making some of that, and just to get a little bit more of the contract at least. All the other ones, or all the other bonus yield, I basically just sold off. Didn't get much for that. I think it was about 6,000. Other than that, our chickens are doing well. They should be, or their health should be up in July, when we go over to the next month, and then they'll start reproducing. So we're still at 500. They seem to be going through the food quite well. They used almost 1,000 liters. I think the maximum was 22,000. And what else happened? I don't think there was a lot else. I sold our corn that I also had off one of the bonus yields of a contract of way back when. We got about 16,000 for that. And yeah, so we're just trying to save up. So we're currently standing at 370,000. Our bank loan is maxed at this point. So I'm just keeping it there to see what we have available, basically. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repay this, because we're gonna go over into July and I want to keep our interest as low as possible. So I'm just gonna drop this down. I'll keep a little bit in the bank account. We'll keep 8,000 in the bank account, and then we shall be heading to July. Nothing else is really happening. I checked already, there's no or none of our fields are ready for harvest, because I'm afraid of missing something somewhere. Field 17 is obviously, we got the barley of that, so we'll start preparing that field for the next planting season. And I suspect we're going to be harvesting some wheat and canola, and those other fields might stand over to the month after, or the month after that, as well as 42. So I think let's head on over to July, and then we'll have a look and see what's going on. So let's just rest a bit after all our hard work. And first things first, I want to check the prices for the planks. Okay, so we have 3,216 loan interest, property maintenance, and something else that I didn't read quick enough. So 4,400 in the bank account. Luckily that's not all, but yeah, it did drop a bit. So let's hop over to our rice fields. I think we have to flood it once more. Let's just make sure. No, we don't have to flood it anymore. So our rice is almost ready. Let's just see, it's not supposed to be ready yet. It's supposed to be next month. Yeah, no. Let's not lie. Yeah, so next month we'll be able to harvest. So we basically flooded it. When we planted, we flooded in June. So we only have to flood 2 months. That's interesting. So we don't have to flood in July, and then next month we harvest. So that's all good. Let's have a look at the chickens. Okay, so they're starting to reproduce. So we'll see some more chickens soon. Still standing at 500, it looks like. Then in our productions, cement factory is starting to run low on stones and wood chips. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to worry about that now. We have some flour. Our wheat's almost done in our current grain mill. Greenhouses are looking good. Our preserved foods still has enough products in it. And that's all fine. Sawmill, that's the small one. It still has wood in it. I did put some wood into this sawmill in June. I just dragged one tree in there that we already cut. So just to get the level up a bit. Big sawmill starting to run low. We'll probably have to get some wood in there at some point, but I'll most likely do that off camera. I have a few trees that's cut already, which I'll just drag in there so that it can start producing more products, or at least just so it doesn't stop, because that's basically our main source of income at this point. Let's quickly have a look. Okay, our planks prices went up again, so maximum price is supposed to be 1.4. Current price, okay, 1.429. We are not going to take it to the grain elevator museum because they don't need it at this point, so we're going to have to sell it somewhere else. Let's hop over to prices. Blanks. Okay, so they are obviously giving us the best price there. The Cooper seems to be the best. So I'm going to tag that one. And we're going to head over there with our international and trailer. We have some at the big sawmill and at the smaller production. So we're going to have to get all of that loaded. It's going to look quite interesting. So I'm going to head over there, and then once I've loaded everything, I'll kind of show you what it looks like. I'm first going to go to the big sawmill, and then as soon as that's loaded, I'll bring you in for the small sawmill as well. I'm going to try to get everything loaded in one shot, but I don't know if it's going to work. So I'll see you once I've loaded everything up. Okay, so we are loaded up. I went a bit high on the international, and unfortunately I couldn't reach anymore, so I had to put some on the trailer. And yeah, we still have to load the ones at the small production, so hopefully we can stack the trailer a bit and get everything on at once, so that we only have to do one trip. But this is probably going to be a little bit top heavy, so we're going to take it slow. What I didn't mention yet is we have a little bit of money to build up, since we want to buy the grain mill. So we want to buy the grain mill, and it's fine if we have that, but we still kind of slow. We still need the preserved food production as well, and to buy that we're gonna need a little bit more money. So what I'm playing with the idea of maybe leasing our rice harvester instead of buying it. Now that I see this field, I actually should get the Mac on and just get it started on harvesting so long. So this is going to be a little bit interesting because I don't want to spend all our money, because we still have to prepare all our fields for the next season. And keeping that in mind, we are going to need a little bit of cash flow, and I don't know how much contracts we're going to be able to do in July. So yeah, that's basically going to be for our next episode, that we have to decide on exactly what we're going to do. It's nice to have our own harvester, but honestly I looked at the leasing cost of the rice harvester, and it seems that it's going to be a lot cheaper just to lease it for those two fields, because I mean we're harvesting them on the same day, so it's not like we're going to have to use it for a long period, and that's gonna help us to save some money because it won't cost us that much. So yeah, that is kind of what I'm thinking of. And I mean, the harvester is technically gonna be in our shed for most of the year, because we're only gonna use it that much. But anyway, we'll see when we get there. I'm just gonna finish loading this up, and then we can travel over and go sell it. Okay, I quickly traveled over to the cooperage, so we're gonna unload. We have about 52,000 liters of planks between the international and the trailer, and I have to say I'm quite glad we bought this trailer. It helps a lot. So let's see how much money we get for this. Okay, so 52,000 on that, and another 23, so about 75. That's quite nice. Okay, so I'm going to maybe just leave this here somewhere for now. I just want to get our harvests going as soon as possible. So if we hop into the map, we can just have a look. Okay, so we're gonna have to harvest 18 and 23. We might get a mowing contract, that would be nice. So let's hop over. Let's get the door opened. No. Me and my buttons. So I parked everything in here. Our harvester is back there, and the Macton obviously over here. We can just quickly get this over. I think we should do... it doesn't matter really. We can start with 18 first, maybe. Just have to be careful now. Hopefully the traffic will be kind to us, because I'm gonna have to get this fixed on the road. Let me just quickly turn us around. So that vehicle is just gonna have to pass. Luckily they know to go to the other side of the road. Okay, hold on, mister. Okay, don't hold on. Let's get this guy over. Okay, you're in the ditch, buddy. won't matter that much. I want to see if I hit higher. No. Okay, so we are going to have to help him a bit. You not ready for this work or already worked? I just quickly want to check because it's supposed to be fine. Canola. Canola. Yeah, no, it's definitely ready for harvest. And it's ready for harvest, so I mean, it can't say that. That just means that I'm going to do this myself. Because I'm gonna get this all dropped and then we can head over to our wheat field and get that done as well, and then I'll grab the harvester and we can quickly pick everything up and get it into our trailer. And then these two fields are finished for now. So I'm quickly gonna finish this off. I'm wondering if it's fine, you guys have seen us do this before. So this field won't take long at all. And then, yeah, we'll continue on to the next one. Perfect. Okay, so we have 2 rows left. Oh, might be 3. So just to show you a bit of this process. Our first canola field harvested. I'm hoping we get a really good yield of this. And of course our other problem is that we can't really use this grain at this stage because we want to use this to make some canola oil, and we don't have an oil mill, and I don't want to buy the small production because it will never process quick enough. So we'll have to get the bigger production oil mill, and that is not in our financial budget as yet because we want to do the preserved foods production first, so that we can start using our eggs and our flour that we're gonna harvest, or well, start producing at the grain mill. So yeah, this is gonna be sad to just have this lying there in the silo without using it, but hopefully soon, should there be enough contracts and everything, we'll be able to get the oil mill and we'll get this processed and start making money off our canola. Almost done with this bit, and then we can quickly take this over to our wheat field. There we go, all done. Just gonna have this drop there. Oh no, first I have to unfold. There we go. Get us turned around. Here we go. Off to the next one. So it's not far to get there. Just quickly want to see that we are avoiding traffic. Oops, made the ditch. Those entrances to the fields are really small, but I guess we'll just have to work around it. I still like the water that's close by, so it doesn't matter to me. Rice saplings are looking good. That production is looking good. So the other thing that I was thinking is, with the bigger preserved food production, I don't think we're gonna have enough Napa cabbage producing to keep the bigger production busy with the kimchi. So we might have to get another greenhouse. But the idea is to buy another greenhouse. That's going to be 36,000, unfortunately. But when we have that one, I'm not going to have it produce anything other than Napa cabbage. And then I'll turn off Napa cabbage in the one that's making the chilies and garlic and all of that. So, well, I can't see that this isn't the case, but according to me, if we have a greenhouse only producing Napa cabbage, it's supposed to produce fast, because you're not planting all the other stuff in the same greenhouse. So if it's only planting Napa cabbage, we should be getting a lot more, because that's the biggest ingredient basically of kimchi. So yeah, gonna have to spend a little bit more money there, because it doesn't help that we have the preserved foods, but we can't produce kimchi fast enough. I'm wondering how I'm gonna do this. Okay, but yeah, no, it's fine. We'll turn it around. Let's get this done. Okay, luckily no traffic as yet. This is quite difficult with crop destruction being on, because I really don't want to drive into our fields. Thank you for waiting. That's nice. Okay, so let's get this guy started. Let's see if he's willing to do this for us. Looks like it. Okay, then we save a bit of time so that we can start with the harvester on the other end. Okay, he should be fine as long as he doesn't fall into some or other ditch somewhere. Okay, let's grab this guy. Didn't even fold our harvester after the last time that we used it. But it's fine, it's still harvesting season. Okay, as soon as we have to transport our wheat over to, well, I don't want to store it, so it will make more sense to buy the grain mill and then just transport it directly to the grain mill, so that that can start going. Okay, our first canola is going into the harvester. So pretty soon we're gonna have to spend that money. but I think it's going to be a good investment for the farm. Oh, and the other thing that I was thinking about is I doubt that the productions count as assets, or, well, not the full amount. So I'm kind of hoping that a part of the investment into the production counts as an asset, because then the bank might adjust our loan for us, and that will help with the funding for the preserved food production. So we'll have to look and see how that turns out for us, but we'll only be able to see that in August, since the bank adjusts quite quickly. But I don't think it will be immediate. I think we'll have to wait at least until August. So I'm holding thumbs, because that will help that we might be able to buy the preserved food production instead of having to wait a bit. And then we can start saving up for the oil production, or the oil mill. So that's the current plan. So I'm going to continue and get everything in here and get the canola into our silos, and then I'll bring you back. There we go, all done. Just quickly want to get this last bit into our trailer, and then we can take that to our storage. There was one full trailer that I unloaded into our silo, and there's a little bit more in the trailer. Let's see, about 4,000, 5,000 more or less. See if we can make it to 6,000 liters. So we'll get that into the silo, and our Macdon is done with the wheat field. So I just quickly want to get the harvester over there, and then we're going to start working on that one as well. Okay, the travel time is going to be ridiculous. So I'm quickly going to hop over there, and then I'll bring you back in to at least see the start of our wheat field. So we are here. Didn't take that long, luckily. Let's just quickly start off here. I don't think we'll be able to pick up both. We're gonna have to start on this side. Hopefully we're not gonna have trouble picking up the row next to this, because sometimes the straw swath kind of mixes in with the crop that's on the field, and then the header struggles to pick it up. But I'm hoping that we won't have an issue. Looks like it's basically not mixing in at this point. So just be careful picking that row up. Want to keep you in for the next row so that we can see what happens. Just try to get off the straw swath a bit. It looks like it's picking it up quite easily. See, it's gonna miss bits and pieces now. No, wait. See if we can get closer maybe. It missed a spot again. Did it? No, he didn't. Looked like he did. Hey, that turned out well. Just gonna grab this end. Oh boy. I forgot to look at the level of the grain tank. So let's quickly hop over to our truck. Trailer. Just need to get the canola out of here. So I'm gonna get our canola into our silo and head over with the trailer and start unloading and harvesting the rest of that wheat field. These two fields are the only two that we have to do in this month. As far as I know, the other fields will only be ready next month. Just quickly check. Okay, so next month we're going to do field number 12, which has canola on it, and we're going to harvest 42 with our wheat on it, the one that we bankrolled to see if we can buy that field and still have cash flow. So I'm gonna quickly continue and then I'll bring you back once we're done with the wheat. No, I'm lying. Wait. We're gonna have to be in for the spending of the money part. So I'm just gonna leave this here for 1 second. And then I'm gonna hop over to our, not the warehouse, we don't want that. Grain mill visits. Okay, so we're gonna need a little bit of money from the bank. So let's hop into finances and we'll quickly borrow a bit more. I think it's 228, so I'm just gonna go up to there. And then we'll say buy the production plant. Do you want to buy the grain mill? Yes, not enough money. Oh, is it 288? I've been doing my sums wrong. Okay, so we're gonna go up to there. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. It has been purchased. So now getting that wheat off the field, we'll just come over here and drop it off. And then we can start to get this production going. So I'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back. So we finished harvesting our wheat field. And this is basically the last bit of wheat that we have to bring over to the grain mill, our brand new grain mill. So I quickly want to get this in here and then I'm going to show you our predicament that we currently have that I didn't quite realize. So let's just get all of this in. Okay, so that's unloaded. Just quickly want to drive around to the front. Shut that off for now. I'll get everything back to the farm off camera. But okay, so if we hop into our productions, our grain mill, I activated wheat when I delivered the first batch. So we already on, say, 74,000 liters. And we can only hold 126,000. So as you know, I went ahead and bought that huge field number 42, with wheat. So, and if I compare that to what we harvested now, so we got about 74,000 of that. So off this, we're probably gonna get, I don't know, 200, maybe 200,000 liters of this field. So that's gonna be a little bit too much for the grain mill. But what we're gonna do is we'll just dump as much as we can into the grain mill and then store the rest on the farm in our silo. And then once we run low at the grain mill, we'll just stop it off. So thinking of what we want to do in the next season is we'll probably take field number 18 and field number 23 and rather plant oat on those two. Then we can get oat into the grain mill for flour production, and we'll keep 12 as canola because we still need to get the oil mill going, and our rice is also going into our grain mill, and then we'll use 42 as our wheat field. So I'm kind of thinking of doing that, and we'll keep 17 as barley for now, as soon as rather so that we can figure out how much the chickens actually eat. So but I think it will be good to have some barley in storage in any way. So I'm thinking of kind of restructuring the fields a bit and just spreading our harvests into or more evenly so that we can use everything that we actually harvest of our fields. So that's the plan. Other than that, I'm going to be doing a lot of contracts, or as much contracts as I can. We are not doing too good on finances if I think of what we still want to do. So if we max this out currently, we only get to 150,000. So if I can do a bit of contracts in July just to get that money up, then we might be able to get our preserved food production going. And then of course, once all the wheat has been processed in our small grain mill, I'm going to take all our pallets of flour. Hopefully we have the preserved food factory by then we can take all those pallets over there and we can sell this one off. Hopefully we get a little bit of money for it at least, and then once this preserved food has finished processing everything that's in there, then we can get that sold off as well. So we quickly have a look. We still have quite a bit of stuff to work through for kimchi and our carrots. Okay, well, all that spinach is still gonna have to be processed, and our carrots is almost done. So at least when we're done with carrots, and yeah, we should be working through the kimchi products quite quickly, and then it's just the spinach that's left. So as soon as all of this is done, we'll sell that off, and then we'll just have the big ones basically producing for us. So this is going to be a bit of a shortened episode, looks like, but be prepared. August is going to be a long month. We have to harvest our canola field number 12, and we have to harvest 42, which is our other wheat field, and we have to harvest the rice. So it's going to be a busy month. And apart from that, we also have to start planting again. So canola is gonna have to be planted in August. So we're basically gonna take the harvest off the field and prepare the field and plant. And then the rest of the planting is going to be in September. So there's quite a bit of work in the next 2 months just to get everything going for the next year. And yeah, I'm actually thinking we're doing pretty well. I know it's a bit tight on money, but it's because we want to buy bigger productions and get a bit more money coming in faster. Apart from that, I'm gonna see, maybe I'm gonna have to do something about those stones. We have that stone pile next to the cement factory that I'm gonna try to get into the production, so I might be buying just a small attachment for one of the tractors just to get a bucket and basically fill that up for us for now, because it's not in the near future that we're going to be able to buy the big stone or big cement factory in any way. So we're going to have to work with that one while we can. Grain mill is, this is the small one, it's still going strong. So as soon as this is emptied out, we can, it's almost empty actually, so we might be selling that off in August. The big grain mill is going to be producing quite quickly. Greenhouses, water levels seem to be fine. We've looked at the preserved foods. The sawmill, small sawmill is fine, big sawmill is still fine. I'm going to add some wood in here during this month. That's also going to be off camera, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, just to keep this going in August, because August is going to be too busy to necessarily be able to focus on our other productions. So that is going to be my story for now. We don't have anything that we want to sell at this point, so everything is just going to stay in storage. Thanks for watching, and please, if you enjoyed the video, please like, and if you want to see more, you can subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Forgot about the chickens. Chickens are still going strong. We're still maxed out. Oh, well, maxed out. We're still on 500. We can take up to 750 if I remember correctly. So as soon as this reproduction rate goes up, I'm sure we're going to get a bit more chickens, and that will give us a bit more eggs. So eggs is piling up quite quickly. So this is kind of what has me worried for that preserved food factory. So if need be, we'll just take some of the egg pallets out so that the storage doesn't max out. And hopefully next month we'll be able to buy our preserved food factory and get those eggs over there to start making our noodle soup. So that's going to be the plan. Let's just have a look. Preserved food, I'm just going to look at this one. So we're going to use rice flour for our noodle soup as well as normal flour, and that basically needs eggs and our flour that we're producing. So then we'll get some noodle soup and we'll sell that off. Hopefully we'll make some good money off this. So yeah, that's what I can say. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.